So why the priesthood? Because I could have chose to become a holy father and a holy husband, right? Living that life of holiness that we're all called to. But why the priesthood? It's because I had this desire in my soul to save souls, to bring people to God, and to bring as many people to God as possible. And the way that I could do that best is by being a Catholic priest.
Well, we all have a call. Everyone is called to be holy, to follow Christ, to live a chaste life, and to be an element of change, if you will, in the world, as all Christians have been throughout the centuries. I think the great thing about our collaboration as two priests working together is that we complement each other, but we're also in sync with each other. Father does have a great way with youth. He began this Ignite program, which is a particular Friday session for young people that they gather for some sports and recreation, and then they have some time for fellowship, and then they have time for adoration and confession. And it's wonderful to see that taking root.
It's necessary because they're the future of the church, and without them, there is no future. As priests, we are called to give special attention to our children, to take them and all their issues seriously, just as Jesus did in the gospel. They want to be noticed, they want to be understood, they want to be loved by their priest, who they see as another Christ.
People think that when you're with a newly ordained priest, that it's the wise senior pastor that's imparting all this knowledge to the newly ordained priest. And I guess some of that is true, but I would have to say this way of formation is definitely a two-way street. It has been a true joy for me to work with Father Martuscello and to see what he has recently learned in the seminary. And I'm learning from him as well. He has taught me a great deal of things about priesthood and the faith journey, and that's been a huge blessing to me as a pastor.
Some people may say, well, I haven't heard God. He hasn't spoken to me yet, so I'm not called to be a priest. And I would just like to respond by saying, well, sometimes we have to turn our ear to the Lord. Sometimes we have to be attentive to the Lord and what He's saying to us. Sometimes we have to begin to live a life of holiness and ask that question every single day. Lord, what are you calling me to do?
The call to priesthood, I believe, is being offered to men in our diocese. I firmly believe that. And I know that God is calling. The question is, are we listening, or are we encouraging our young people, young men, if you will, in the case of the priesthood, to respond or to discern if God is calling them?